Well, we came from our God above. That's where we came from. God put us here.
You believe that too?
Well, I'm a Catholic, of course I do, yeah. See.
I think you're a bit ill-informed.
How you doing?
Niall McConnell,
That's me.
the Stupid People's Party.
Hey?
The Stupid People's Party.
What do you mean by that?
I'm going to leave you on that note.
What were you saying there?
You're against everything then, aren't you?
What do you mean?
You're against immigration.
Of course.
Why?
Why am I against immigration? Well, the Irish people are the indigenous people to this land. We're seeing huge amounts of immigration. Let me finish now. No, you asked me a question, let me finish, right? You asked me why I'm against immigration, I'll answer the question. I'm against immigration because the Irish are being displaced. We have a unique culture here. The Irish culture is very, very unique, and we're seeing officially the population of Ireland is 22% foreign, but I'd say it's much higher. So in the next 10 to 20 years, the Irish will be a minority in our own country, and I don't want to become a despised minority.
What makes you think that?
Well, if you,
Why do you think we're a unique people?
Well, we're.
Do you not think the English think they're a unique people?
I don't care
Do you
what
not
they think.
The Scottish think they're a unique people?
And they are.
Do you not think the French think they're a unique
What's your
people?
point? What's your point?
My point is that we all come from somewhere else. Where did the Irish come from? We weren't here forever.
Yeah, well, whether we were here forever or not, we've been here for well over 10,000 years. DNA says it. I believe in science. You may be a science engineer.
Where did it come from?
Well, we came from our God above. That's where we came from. God put us here.
You believe that too?
Well, I'm a Catholic, of course I do, yeah. See.
I think you're a bit ill-informed.
Right. Well,
What do you feel wrong with, say, a Polish person living next door to me?
well, like I have nothing against Europeans, particularly. You know, I don't
It's
have.
just as long as they're white, they're okay.
No, I don't really want Eastern Europeans. No, let me. Yeah.
As long as
Look,
they're
if you're
white,
going to
they're
ask
okay.
me, if you're going to ask me a question, let me finish, right? I don't particularly want Polish people here either. I don't want Ukrainians here either. I've nothing against them.
But you don't mind us going to Australia.
No, well, the
You
Irish.
don't mind us going to
No,
America.
if you're going to ask me,
you don't mind us going to England.
Now, the Irish going to Australia, first of all, they're forced out of Ireland. They don't want to go there.
Why?
But comparing, right?
We have a shortage of labour here. Why are they forced out of Ireland?
Well, because the migrants coming into Ireland, they're getting free social welfare, free accommodation. Of course they are. No, you're being disingenuous now.
You're being ill-informed in that. Tell me, how much does an asylum seeker get here in Ireland?
So
How much does an asylum seeker get here in Ireland? Tell me.
well, if you like,
Tell me. Do you know?
without cutting me off, let me answer the question. Let
Do
me
you
answer
know
the question.
answer? Do you know the answer?
Well, they're getting, I don't know, they're getting free social welfare, free
not getting
education.
free social
No,
welfare.
you're right. I'm paying for it. The
They're
Irish
not
taxpayers.
getting free social
The Irish
welfare.
taxpayers paying for it.
No, they're not.
The Irish taxpayers paying
They're
for it.
ill-informed again.
Well, you explain it to me.
How much
Explain
did the Irish government receive from the European Union last year for housing Ukrainians? How much?
No, let's
How
go
much?
back to
Tell me. Answer me.
No.
Answer
You're saying
me.
the migrants are.
Answer me. Answer me.
What's your question?
But how much did the Irish government get from the European Union last year for housing Ukrainians?
I don't know, but that.
How much?
Well,
I'll tell you. 2 billion.
yeah, I'm paying for it.
2 billion.
I'm
You're
paying
not
for
paying
it.
for it.
My taxes go to the European Union.
And how much? So there's 2 billion extra coming into this country last year
No.
because of Ukrainian refugees. You can't argue against that.
No,
That's a fact.
Look,
That's a fact.
Ireland's a net.
Who pays for-
Look,
who
are you
pays-
going to let me speak or not? Are you
No,
going to
let
railroad
me
me?
tell
Are you going to
you-
railroad me
let me
now?
tell you some
Ireland's
facts.
a surplus contributor to the European Union. Our fisheries
And why
alone.
shouldn't we be, if we're
Well,
a richer country?
We're not. What you say? Ireland's a rich country, but like a third of young children are
Ireland
poor.
are
A third of young
actually
children are
the
poor.
second richest country in the world. at
Well,
the moment.
you tell that to all children that are going to bed hungry. You tell that to the 15,000
You
Irish
get me-
homeless.
you-
Look,
get
mass
me-
immigration
get
is
me-
destroying the country.
get mass
You tell that right
immigration.
to the young girl in Letterkenny
We
who
have
got raped by a
chosen-
migrant who wasn't vetted
Is that
coming
a
into the
fact?
country.
Is that a
Yeah, he
fact?
was. A
Is he in
migrant.
court now?
Well, yeah, he is in court now.
And when
Aye,
is
and
the
he's
court case coming
an
up?
Arabic translator.
And when does the court case coming up?
January 26th.
Right, we'll see what happens then.
Aye.
And we'll see the facts then.
What about Sonny McDade and
What about-
Letterkenny?
how
They
many-
got,
how many-
got-
how
they
many-
got
how many
battered
crimes
by a load of migrants.
How many crimes has us Irish migrants and immigrants committed in Australia or the United States
Yeah.
over the last year? Can you answer me that?
According to the Rape Crisis Centre of Ireland, an African is... No, let me finish now.
How much of an increase was there in crime?
You're self-loathing. You hate your own people. You hate your own country. You hate your own people. That's the problem here. A form of self-loathing. A hatred from your own people.
I don't think I am any better than any human being anywhere in this world.
Well, Ireland, the Irish people have a right to self-determination. This is our land. We will not be replaced. We will not become a minority in our own country.
Voted for you in the election?
I don't know. Well, over 2,000.
I don't think so.
Well, you need
first preference votes.
Well, you need to look at your stats again.
First preference votes. How many did you get?
I don't know. Go look it up.
A couple of hundred.
A couple of hundred. Well, you're not about a liar, and you're coming here. Tell me that you're happy with the Irish people becoming a minority in your own country.
They're
really?
Not going to be.
See, this is the problem, right? Look,
because any Polish person living down the road there has children or Irish.
I despise people more. I despise you more than the non-Irish coming here. What? My Irish is Irish.
Where's your wife from?
Irish? Why?
Your wife is German.
My wife's German? No, she's not.
Well, that's what's been said in social media.
No, you apologise now and retract that statement now because she's not German. What about
you
German?
Say she's not German.
No, but I apologise now. Apologise now because she's not. She's Irish.
Sorry
that's a disgusting thing to say.
Why is it disgusting? Why would you?
Because you're making up lies about me.
Why? It's not me.
You are making up lies. No, you're making up lies about me. Apologise now and retract that statement. Apologise and retract that statement.
I read that your wife was German on social media.
No, I'm not a German wife. She's Irish. I've got Irish children.
If wrong, then I apologise.
Well, you are wrong. You're wrong about a lot of things. Let's get back to immigration here. The Irish are becoming a minority in their own country.
Not wrong about one thing I said to you. You couldn't answer me how much money we're getting from the European Union. You couldn't answer me how many migrants and immigrants in the country. You couldn't answer me on the fact that crime has not increased one iota and then
crime a young girl. Oh, come on, sir. Come on.
Over the last 3 years. How many young girls were
You're so deluded. You're so deluded.
No, you're the one that's deluded,
Look,
I'm afraid.
What have you got to say for the young girl in the Kenny that got raped by an Arab?
I'm very, very sorry for that young girl if that has happened. I'm very, very sorry for all young girls. I'm very sorry for all young girls that have been raped by Irishmen and Letterkenny over the last 10 years. I'm very, very sorry for all the children that were abused by Irishmen in Ireland over the last century or whatever. I'm very, very sorry.
So Ireland should import the third world now, Import the third world, become the third world. I despise people like you more than the non-Irish coming in here. Absolute disgrace. There we go. Self-loathing, anti-Irish traitor himself. Absolute scum. Play your part in stopping the mass immigration invasion into Ireland by joining as a member to Ireland's only Christian nationalist movement in the whole island of Ireland, Síl na hÉireann. My name is Niall McConnell. I'm the leader of Síl na hÉireann, and we are at the forefront at opposing this mass immigration invasion into Ireland. Join as a member now by clicking the link below, and you'll receive a framed proclamation, a membership card, a beautiful lapel badge, an Irish tricolour flag, and much more. Join Ireland's only Christian nationalist movement now. Oppose mass immigration by clicking the button below. Thank you very much. God bless Ireland.